Hello and welcome back to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Today we're taking on the 7-star Terra Ground Mightiest Mark Torterra. It is the final starter Pokemon Tera Raid, except of course for the Paldean starters. We'll see if perhaps we get them next year, but at least for generations 1 through 8, Torterra is the final starter who has yet to receive a Tera Raid until now. So it is available this weekend, November 15th through Sunday the 17th, and then the following weekend as well, Friday, November 22nd till Sunday, November 24th. So the Torterra that we are up against today, it's got its hidden ability Shell Armor, meaning it cannot be hit with any critical hits, and it's got Earthquake, Wood Hammer, Earth Power, and Smackdown. So if you were thinking of perhaps bringing a flying type Pokemon to be immune to its ground moves, it does still have a rock type move in Smackdown, and it also has Shell Smash, which is a terrifying move that boosts its attack, special attack, and speed by 2 stages. The drawback of using Shell Smash is you lower your own defense and special defense stats, but Torterra immediately resets its own stats. So it uses Shell Smash at the very start of the raid and then resets its stats right away. So it only gets the benefits from Shell Smash without the drawbacks. It resets our stats as well at 80% of time remaining in the raid, sets up its own shield at 75% of the time, uses Shell Smash again, and also resets its own stats at 70% time. So that's, if you're keeping track, 2 Shell Smashes, which is +4, attack, special attack, and then of course +4 speed. I didn't expect this Torterra to be outspeeding all of our Pokemon, but it's going to be, unless you use a move like Clear Smog or if you get to paralyze it. And then randomly at 35% health remaining, it's going to Earthquake everybody on the field, I believe. So here on GameMate.co, which there will be a link for this guide down in the description. Full disclosure, I've tried both the Appleton and the Serperior set that they have on here, and neither of them were particularly successful. That said, I am still going to be using a Serperior build because, for one, if you've been doing these Tera Raids like everyone as they come out, then you probably already have access to this contrary Serperior, which this Serperior, this is the Mightiest Mark 1 that was just available in a Tera Raid, like, I don't know, a couple months ago. This one already has its hidden ability Contrary, which means that it reverses any stat changes affecting the Pokemon, so that it attempts to boost its stats instead lower them, and vice versa. So by using the move here, Leaf Storm, which ordinarily harshly lowers, which means -2, harshly lowers its special attack stat every time that we use it. Instead, we're going to be increasing our special attack stat by 2 stages every time that we use Leaf Storm, which is very, very good. So Contrary Serperior, supposed to be very effective for this raid. Now, the GameMate.co guide that they have for Serperior lists grassy terrain, which I do not recommend. The Torterra knows the move Wood Hammer, and by setting up the grassy terrain, they say that this decreases the damage from moves like Earthquake and Earth Power, but you're also increasing the damage from the Torterra's Wood Hammer, which hits like a truck after 2 Shell Smashes, and the grassy terrain does not help you, frankly. So I definitely don't do that. And I'm not using Synthesis either. I think you're going to get enough healing from both the Shell Bell and using the move Giga Drain after you've set up to get to +6 special attack using Leaf Storm. Giga Drain is then going to be your primary damaging move. So with that in mind, the only moves that we have on the Serperior are Leaf Storm, again, to boost our special attack to +6, Giga Drain for healing, and then once we're at +6, that's going to be our primary damaging move. And then finally, Protect we're going to use once on the turn that Torterra gets rid of our ability, just as a extra protection, save ourselves from taking some damage, but also that's the turn that we're not going to have Contrary, so we don't want to like use Leaf Storm on the turn that we don't have Contrary, because that will lower our special attack. So we're just going to use Protect on that turn, and I will point out when that happens. So without further ado, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have attempted this a few times this afternoon. Again, first with the Appleton build that they had on GameMate.co, and then again with the original Serperior build that they had on GameMate.co, and I do not recommend either of those, but I have seen elsewhere on the internet from folks like AustinJohnPlays, for instance, that this Serperior build should be more successful. I haven't done it yet, but at least from Austin John's perspective, should be a little bit more successful. I think the thing that I'm scared about is that Leaf Storm can miss, which I think just means that we lose, unfortunately. But I'm hopeful with the CV spread, and maybe we'll get lucky with some teammates as well. I think an Intimidate user would be cool to see, like an Arcanine or a Tauros. Yep. Now the Arboliva, I don't know if they're going to be especially useful for us, to be honest. Setting the grassy terrain, it's going to help us do more damage, but it's also going to make the Torterra's Wood Hammer do more damage. It is going to decrease the damage that we receive from Earthquake. So we're just going to open Leaf Storm 3 times. The Flamethrower from the Arcanine could also burn, which would be really cool. We got crit. Awesome. I think I'm also going to maybe wait to Terra Grass. Like, we might just kind of let our Serperior go down. Okay, there's the grassy terrain. I think I'm going to let my Serperior go down like once. Well, I don't know. We'll play it by ear. I'm just nervous to Terrastalize, because we really need it when the Torterra sets its shield up. Like, we really need it. Okay. Every time Arcanine comes back in, it's getting off an Intimidate, which is good. So this turn that it gets rid of our Contrary, we're going to protect. And now I guess we're full health. I guess I can just start to Terra Grass Leaf Storm. How much is the Earth Power doing? I'm very scared for the second Shell Smash from the Torterra, to be honest. But it's good at least that we're starting to boost our special attack with Leaf Storm. So when we swap over to Giga Drain, the burn is nice, but I mean, it just got rid of it. So now, yeah, now it's gonna Shell Smash again. I think I need. We're okay health-wise. I think I can hopefully get away with using at least one more Leaf Storm. And then maybe we swap to Giga Drain, but we'll only be at +4. I think I can use one more. Please don't miss. Please, for the love of God, do not miss. Like, that does so much. And I think if we miss, then we don't get any Shell Bell healing. And we don't go to +4. This way we do go to +4. That did a decent chunk. But, like, oh my god, I really think I need to Giga Drain. Because even if it would hammers right now, I think it does a lot. Crit Earth Power definitely kills us. Okay, that we can handle that. So how much is Giga Drain doing? And hopefully how much is it healing? Again, we're only at +4 right now. It heals a lot. Okay, so I could maybe get away with using another... Like, Wood Hammer here I think does a lot. Okay, less than 50% actually. The scary thing about using Leaf Storm still is, again, like, I don't want it to miss. So I think I'm just gonna chill at +4 with the Leaf Storms. I think we should be in the clear at this point. Barring, like, a wild, I don't know, crit or something. I'm thinking +4 should be plenty. But I mean, that Earth Power did a lot, like 2 of those. I mean, we would get some Shell Bell healing, I guess, if we use Leaf Storm, for sure. Right now we're not even getting Shell Bell healing, we're just getting Giga Drain healing. But okay, this is good. So again, this Serperior has 252 HP and 252 defense EVs, and then just an additional 4 special attack. There's probably something to be said too about special defense, to be honest. Maybe even 252 defense and special defense. I've seen a mix of EVs from folks, but I mean, max HP, never really a bad thing, and then max defense. I don't think you need to do max special attack. I think you're doing enough damage as it is. I think it's just more important that you survive hits. Okay. Well, full disclosure, this took many attempts for me, but I'm very glad that Torterra the Unrivaled is finally ours, the final starter Pokemon to receive a 7-star Tera Raid, again, except for the Paldea starters. We might see them get raids next year as Scarlet and Violet wind down. And yet another Premier Ball for another 7-star Mightiest Mark Pokemon. So, I think it is also worth mentioning that having an Intimidate Pokemon be one of our CPU teammates is important because it forces the Torterra to use Earth Power instead of Earthquake, I think. Like, after its attack stat is lowered enough, it'll opt for Earth Power instead. And Earth Power just does less damage than Earthquake. I think you gotta get a little bit lucky and hope that Leaf Storm doesn't miss. I don't know. I guess the grassy terrain from the Arboliva was good. It doesn't reduce damage from Earth Power, just Earthquake, I think, because Earthquake makes like contact or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Or it might be because Earthquake like affects like adjacent Pokemon. Same thing with like Magnitude, where Earth Power is just like a single target move. Anyway, we got some Herba Mystica, we got some, you know, Ability Patch, XP Candy, all that good stuff. So the next, this is very exciting. The next Tera Raid that they've already announced is going to be Shiny Rayquaza, and that's gonna that'll be happening over the holiday season. I think for a couple of weeks. It won't just be like 2 weekends. It'll be like a prolonged thing, so people have plenty of time to get it, which is great. I know Shiny Rayquaza is kind of a thing from the Pokemon Horizons anime. I don't totally know why. I just remember seeing it from some of the promo. But yeah, I think it's very exciting. Shiny Rayquaza is obviously one of the coolest shiny legendaries. So that'll be great that people will be able to catch Shiny Rayquaza. So where is our Torterra? I think, yeah. Oh, this box. Okay, I was gonna say this box is full. It would have been full, but this is Serperior's spot. I guess Torterra can hang out here for the moment. But here it is, finally, the mightiest mark Torterra. Earthquake, Wood Hammer, Smackdown, and Earth Power. With its hidden ability, Shell Armor, cannot be hit with a critical hit. Or sorry, cannot be affected, I guess, by a critical hit. It's got the mightiest mark. I haven't been putting the mightiest mark on my recent raid, guys. I realized that I hadn't put it on Serperior earlier either. But yeah, after some trial and error, admittedly, there will be a link to the Game 8 guide down in the description. I think you should really just look at it to see what the Torterra is going to do. I do not think that the Serperior build that they have on there is worth using. I do think, even though it's like more or less the same as this, I think the Serperior that they have with grassy terrain and synthesis are not the play. But this one seemed pretty good. Frankly, I feel like you could just Giga Drain on the turn that everyone else is saying to protect. I don't totally understand why you need to protect. I understand not wanting to use Leaf Storm on that turn because your Contrary is no longer in effect and you would lower your special attack at that point, but I don't know, I feel like you could cheer on that turn even. You could give yourself a defense boost. You could Giga Drain, I don't know. The protect is nice just to be like totally immune to damage for a turn, obviously, but something to consider. And then the EV spread that I have, HP, defense, maxed out, 4 into special attack. You could even put 4 into special defense just to get a little bit bulkier on the special side for earth powers. And a modest nature. Holding the Shell Bell, Terra Grass, obviously. And that's it. We did it. That's all of... Well, that's not totally true. I've mentioned this before. I missed the Iron Bundle, and I'm really, really hoping it comes back. And I assume because we're getting the shiny Rayquaza Tera Raid over the holidays that we're probably not going to see the 7-star Iron Bundle over the holidays, but maybe it'll come at a later date. Probably not. I'm assuming I just missed out on it at this point. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much for hanging out and watching the video. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you have good luck with this raid. I hope your Leaf Storms don't miss. I hope the Torterra doesn't crit you. And yeah, I hope you get good allies. Again, I think an Intimidator is important. Maybe the Arboliva also to set the grassy terrain, but I'm mixed on that. Anyway, best of luck. Let me know how it goes for you. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Take care.